Hello, this is Rebecca here, and today I'm back with a quick video to show you a flip through of my journal that I did from July 15th through August 25th. I have started a new journal, and I wanted to kind of complete this one up a bit before I did a flip through. And so let's go ahead and get started. Just a preview, this is a Kahir size traveler's notebook. I used to use the basic kind of standard size, but with my idea of getting more creative within my journals, I wanted to kind of go a little bit bigger, and I'm absolutely happy with this size. So my next journal is the same size, and also I do a lot of it. I have a journal that I do scrapbooking in type journaling, and so that is also the same. I've moved over into that size as well. So to start out, this was a cover that I created. This was actually back when I was doing the Reset Girl camp reset, and so this was the journal I started at that time, and this was one of her little stickers that she had and her little tabs that she sent out. So I just used those on my covers. Now, one thing I did notice in this journal, this is a photo I took of one of my pieces of art, but I don't have a lot of pictures in here, and I do hope to incorporate that into my the journal that I'm creating right now and future journals. So that is something that I kind of have on my radar to try to do that as well. So a lot of the pieces, like this particular sticker and these two, I believe, they were from, actually I think that's the Reset Girl, but they are from the Illustrated Faith, and so I'm really loving a lot of their die cuts, and I've been using those quite a bit throughout this journal. Now, typically what you'll see a lot of it is I use this watercolor, and then I also use a lot of die cuts and stickers and stamps that that create my pages. Now, I wanted to kind of go over this watercolor that I use, and as you can see, I didn't realize this was like a real cheapy watercolor. I purchased this set off of Amazon, and it was like $6. I loved it because of the colors that were in here. They're light colored, but after doing a little bit of research on this, I found out that they are really cheap, and they're chalky. And now I don't mind so much because I'm not going to be over here rubbing on my journal. I don't know the long-term effect of the paint, but it is something that I'm going to start looking into some other watercolors. So I've been watching some videos on YouTube and getting some ideas on what the best watercolors are, and I think I'm going to try to invest in some Jane Davenport. So I'll keep you posted here on YouTube of my journey on finding some good watercolors, and we'll go from there. So anyway, that's just kind of a little bit of background. I've used watercolor on most of these creative journaling pages, and that's when I discovered that they are chalky, and they do kind of leave a residue when you're rubbing it, or and again, I don't know the long-term effect on this, but how they'll go through the pages. But anyway, moving on, this kind of month was really a lot of changes. My word is changed for the year, and you'll see, I mean, what I've noticed throughout this journal is me making some changes in my life to make it a little less hectic and kind of simplifying it a little bit, but making sure my goals are staying focused. So you'll see a lot of Dream Bigger. This is one of my favorite pages that I created using that new paper pack from Hobby Lobby. So it turned out really cute. I just love that little girl. She's fun. And I did notice that this page I meant to journal on. I'm going to come back and journal on it. This was about, I wanted to journal about my daughter going to the rodeo, and then she got sick after being on the rides. It was really hot that day too, so I think the combination of being hot and riding on the rides, she ended up just getting sick, if you know what I mean by sick. So I kind of wanted to journal about her day there. This was, I basically am kind of rebranding my business, and I bought a font, and so this was the font that I bought, so that's kind of my documentation of that. And then this little page here, if you'll notice, like throughout my journals, I call these junk journals, but I basically add little bits and bobs of papers through here, lots of different scrapbooking paper sizes, different sizes that you can add little pictures on and those kind of things. And this is actually one of my favorite little quotes. It says, let's see if you can see it right there. Follow your dreams, they know the way. And so this was actually on one of my desk calendars. I have a Mary Engelbright desk calendar. Did I knock that off? I'm sorry. I scratched my head and then I knocked it off. Okay, so anyway, so I cut that out of the calendar and I washi taped it into my journal. And then I used some of what was this, August Kit's Project Life cards, or I call them Project Life cards, but they're little journaling cards using the dog art that I had. If you're interested, I have those available on my website now. And then this is just more journaling, and kind of like on the ends here is I just layered up stickers, and up here I did the same thing. I just did kind of layered up washi stickers, and this is that fabric type of washi. I've bought some of those before, and I really like it. They're just little pieces that I think I might even got these from a planner meetup. But again, this was just another fun journaling page, and I really like doing that where you create a page and then you do your stamping and then you come in here and journal. I'm really liking that process. This was one, I did remember posting this on Instagram. I love drawing lemons and painting lemons. This is actually using just acrylic paint, and then I used a stamp here. So again, this is just layering, and then also this is just adding some of that fun little pom-pom ribbon to it. Going school supply shopping. This is just a back, one of those pads of papers that you buy, like notepads that you can write notes on. This was just one that I've taken. I think it was from Target last year, and I really like it, and I kind of am hoarding it. I've used it every once in a while, but I love that it's a rainbow color and that it's pencils. So that's something that I will just kind of add in here too, and do some journaling and handwriting and stuff on it. So more journaling page, this is more elements, journaling, more elements, and watercolor. This is a page that I didn't do a lot on. I actually just was kind of getting creative. I thought about coming in here and adding some photos, so that could be a good photo place for that as well. And this is one that I created, I believe, here on YouTube, where I showed making the little watercolor leaves and the tree. I need to do another tree. I'm kind of wanting to use that tree stamp again. And this was one page. Basically, I added another little of those jotted down notepads, and this was stuff that I had taken to my son when he went off to college, so I wanted to kind of make a list of that as well. And this is just us taking him to college and some more stories on that. And then this was a really fun page to create. I basically just did a watercolor background, and then just did some stamping and used stamp words, stamp letters, different kinds that I had to make up the page. I found that quote and I loved it because I think as for me with just my ideas and my dreams, that my heart is restless. So I love that. And this is another journaling page. I believe I did this one online as well, or maybe I just posted it. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But I did add paper flowers and some twine. I know I did another page. Oh, it's this one. Okay, take that back. I did not create this one online. I just remember doing the kind of the checkered, I don't even want to call it checkered, but like a plaid look to it. And I did the same one online, doing this one with the pumpkin spice girl. So that's the one I did here. And then I just came in and I talk about how excited it is to be part of a world that loves pumpkin spice just as much as I do, with Instagram and everything. So it's just kind of fun to connect with those people, connect with followers and other people that that love just as much as I do in the pumpkin spice world. So I love that. And And then this is talking about Hurricane Harvey coming in. And again, I can tell in my layering, I was trying to layer, and it was just very a distraught time because I wasn't sure what to expect, and I was stressing out about it. So I can kind of tell that in my, how it's so much right here and it doesn't make too much sense to me. But again, most of it is about journaling and getting your information down, and I need to remember that, you know, getting the creative part of it is fun too, but it's not always what it's about. So. And this was one that I created kind of on the outskirts of the whole hurricane event, even though the flooding went on forever, it seemed like. But and I love the rain. It's one of my favorite things. But in this particular case, I wanted it to go away so bad. So, and it eventually did. But again, it's still getting cleaned up and everything from it. So anyway, so that's my journal, and it's so fun and fluffy, and I'm just really excited about completing this one and starting another one. And I wanted to show you how I store my journals. This is actually full. This is a photo box from Hobby Lobby, and usually I can buy them like half off or something like that. They're not very expensive at all, but this is kind of where I keep a lot of my journals in. Now with this size, it's going to be too big to fit in here because it's going to stick up. So I think with these particular, the new box I'm just going to lay them down flat in there. But I'll just kind of show you a flip through real quick of the ones that I have in here. This is summer. I think this was last year's. Looks that way. Oh yeah, 2016. So this is last year's summer. I did a lot of Listers Got a List. So you'll see this is my 3 Listers Got a List books that are pretty fun. Those were fun. I used to do those a lot, but then I'd start them and then I couldn't complete them because I would get so crazy busy. But A Week in a Life, let's see how many of those I have. I have 3 of those, Week in a Lives. And then I have another summer. I think this one might be, 2015 summer. So that's the journal from the summer. And then this is Learn Something New Every Day. I don't think this one is complete. I'm in the middle of doing Learn Something New Every Day, so I really am trying to stay focused and make sure I complete that particular, my stuff's flying away, particular book. And this is one that I went on a trip to Ohio. So that I'm still in the process of completing that one too. I have everything in place, it just needs to be glued down, it looks like. I just need to take some time to go in there and do that. So that's kind of how I keep my journals. It really works good for these standard sizes, but again, it may be, I'm going to have to probably get one where I can lay it down. And then this back here is, I bought this little Fedori cover from the Happy Marigold. I'm going to leave her link below because I do buy a lot of stuff from her on Etsy. And this is just kind of like my quote journal. And actually these are little books you can remove. But I just loved how they looked all in here, so I just kept them in here. But these are fun. These were just some little creative journaling quotes that I did. So, and I like little things. I like little books like this. So anyway, so that goes in there as well. But all right, well, I thank you for watching and stopping in, and looking forward to some more journaling, and I will see you in my next video.